Good afternoon, everybody. How's everyone doing? Firstly, I just want to thank each and every one of you. My name is Jasraj Singh Hallan. I'm the Member of Parliament for Calgary East and the Shadow Minister for Finance. With me, I have Dalwinder Gill, Member of Parliament from Calgary McKnight, and our Member of Parliament from Calgary Skyview, Amanpreet Singh Gill. And we just want to take this time first to thank Sundar Building Supplies and the entire Jol family. Arjun Singh Jol, Nirpa Singh Jol, and Bhajan Singh Jol. And the entire Jol family, this was not easy to set up. We gave them such short notice, and within 2 days, they got this place set up to where it is today. So we want to thank the Jol family for this incredible work. Thank you for putting this event together. We should give them a round of applause. The Jol family is the Canadian dream. We should admire where they started from and to where they are today, where we're standing today. It wasn't easy. It took a lot of hard work and a lot of risk. They risked leaving the country they came from to come here, and their success is Canada's success. So thank you to the Jol family for what you do for your community, and they give back all the time. And when I look around this room, I see many people like that we all came to this country for a better future. We came here to have safe streets, to be able to earn money, and live that Canadian dream. But after 10 years of the Liberals, that Canadian dream is gone. And it's either the government that punishes success, or with soft on crime Liberal policies, the criminals are punishing business owners' success. With the government taking more and spending more, it leaves less room. They've introduced the things like an industrial carbon tax or a clean fuel standard that makes business harder, and it makes the cost of doing business a lot higher as well. On top of that, a lot of the people that do business here just want to live successful lives, but they're getting targeted. They're getting targeted by extortions, especially in our community. That your success is being punished by criminals because criminals have it way too easy in this country. There's only one party and one leader, the Conservative Party and Pierre Poilievre, that not just talks about the crime and extortion and bringing down the cost of business and the cost of living, but we take action. We've brought bills forward to make the laws against extortion and violent crime way more strict. We need to have a strict justice system. Your success should not be punished by government or criminals. And so let me introduce to you the person that is going to help bring back that Canadian promise, help bring back the Canada that we all used to know, one where your hard work earns you groceries and live in safe neighborhoods. Next Prime Minister of Canada, the Honorable Pierre Poilievre.
Good to see you, Dal. Feeling good? Excellent. How are you doing, buddy? Good to see you. How's it going, Amanpreet? Feeling good, bud? Thank you. Thank you very much. Give it up for the great Jasraj Singh Hallan. And of course, we have our amazing local members of Parliament, Amanpreet Gill and his brother, Dalwinder Gill, the two Gills from Calgary. They join. How many other Gills do we have? 3? 5 Gills. Gill, it's a great Irish name, Gill. And these are wonderful Calgarians. It's great to be back in my hometown here at Sundar, a wonderful local business. It reminds me, being here, of my childhood. I grew up down in Shaughnessy. Anybody from Shaughnessy? There we go, one guy from Shaughnessy. If he works here, give him a raise. You know, life was great when I grew up in Calgary. My folks were teachers, and they raised me to believe that if I worked hard, I could have a great life. I started off delivering newspapers, worked at TELUS, went to Wisewood, and joined the wrestling team, played hockey, and even when times were tough, we could always afford good food on our plate. It's the same story that Jazz had when he came to this community. He started off with nothing to study business, became a builder, became well known and respected in his community, was elected to be a member of Parliament. And that was the Canadian promise, that anybody from anywhere who worked hard could achieve anything they wanted. That you'd be safe. Your kids could leave their bicycles on the front porch and not worry that it would be stolen. Your car wouldn't go missing in the morning when you went to bed at night. You didn't have to worry about someone kicking open your window and stealing from you or extorting you. Canadians were safe. Opportunity was plentiful. Life was affordable. But that promise has been broken after 10 years of Liberal government. They've doubled the debt, and all that money printing has doubled housing costs and doubled food bank lineups. Now, Mark Carney was elected claiming that he would be different, than he would do the opposite of what he'd been saying for 10 years and what his political party, the Liberals, had done to the country for the prior decade. But what we've learned since is that Mark Carney is even more costly than Justin Trudeau. He's doubled the deficits that Trudeau left behind. Food price inflation has actually grown. It's rising 40% faster in Canada than in the United States. Business people are threatened that if they don't write $1 million check, empty out their savings, and condemn their families to poverty, then the bullet holes will be flying through the window of their little children in the middle of the night. That is the result of Liberal law that lowered the criminal penalty for extortion, and Liberal bail, which allows repeat offenders to be released often within hours of their most recent arrest, all while they harass licensed, law-abiding, trained, and tested firearms owners. After 10 years of Liberals and 8 months of Carney, life is more dangerous and more expensive. But the good news is, life was not like this before the Liberals, and it won't be like this after they're gone. We're going to bring home a brighter future for all of us. It starts with making Canada an affordable country. To be affordable, we have to have an affordable budget. You know, this most recent Liberal budget doubles Trudeau's deficits with new Carney spending and cooks the books. But we're going to get rid of all of that. We're going to cut the bureaucracy, the consultants, the foreign aid, the handouts to phony refugees, the corporate welfare, and use the savings to bring down taxes, inflation, and debt. We need to reward hard work. And companies like Sunder, which supplies construction projects with the necessary materials to build. We want to build more so that all of you can have more powerful paychecks and you can actually afford the homes. Homes so expensive, well, most of the money goes to taxes. More money goes to taxes and red tape than goes to the suppliers, the builders, and the carpenters who actually build the homes. Our plan is to take all taxes off home building. Get rid of the GST on all new homes sold in Canada. Get rid of the industrial carbon tax. You know, the industrial carbon tax, which is still in place, applies on all of this stuff. And Carney wants to actually triple that carbon tax. All those materials you see there, all the materials in the back, the insulation, the framing, the steel, aluminum, plastic, drywall, that go into building a home are going to be more expensive because of Carney's industrial carbon tax. Only a Conservative government will get rid of the Liberal carbon tax for everyone, for everything, for all, and for good. And that will bring down prices for everything. Getting rid of that carbon tax will lower the cost of food because it will reduce the cost of farm equipment and fertilizer that goes into growing that food. We also need to cut taxes on investment. You know, when you invest in this economy, you end up paying a penalty in order to sell that investment and buy a new one. That locks investment down and makes us a weaker economy. That's why Conservatives are going to scrap the capital gains tax for anyone who reinvests money here in Canada. So you decide to sell one business and invest in another one in this country, or you sell a foreign investment and bring the money back to this country, You'll pay no capital gains tax. You can continue to roll over your capital, creating more wealth and opportunity for your fellow Canadians without paying any capital gains tax. One day down the road, when you decide to sell out for good and go on a cruise, well, at that point, you'll pay the tax, and the government will get its share of, get its pound of salt. But in the meantime, you should be able to grow and compound your capital and expand our economy. This would be economic rocket fuel for our country and for all of the great investors and entrepreneurs in this room. We need to cut income tax, particularly on people who are working overtime. We've got hardworking young people who are doing 30 hours a week of overtime because they want to get ahead, and they're punished for it. High marginal income tax rates punish hard work. We want to reward hard work with lower income taxes as well. In other words, our plan is to cut taxes on work, investment, energy, and home building so that we can unlock the potential of our country. But especially out here, unlocking our potential and getting more construction happening means producing more oil and gas. The Liberal government has been attacking our oil and gas sector for a decade now, driving $100 billion of investment out of our nation, blocking pipelines, taxing industry. Conservatives know that if we want to get our oil and gas booming again, it takes one thing from Ottawa. One thing the government has to do. Get out of the way and repeal the No New Pipelines Law 69. Get out of the way, end the ban on shipping oil off the northwest of British Columbia. Get out of the way and rapidly grant permits for mines, LNG plants, port expansions, and other infrastructure. Get out of the way and end the emissions cap so that we can increase oil and gas production with projects like the Tech Frontier mine. Those massive expansions of oil and gas will mean more business for Sunder and all of its employees, bigger paychecks, and a more powerful Canadian dollar. All of this is with more jobs, higher pay, lower taxes, and a stronger dollar that buys you more food and more housing so that your hard work is rewarded. Our mission, our single biggest priority is to make Canada an affordable country so you can afford homes, afford food, afford to start a family, and afford to have hope again. But hope requires safety, and many people in this room are afraid. Many people across Canada are increasingly terrified by the crime, the chaos, the drugs and disorder that we see in our neighborhoods every day. We have to replace the catch and release liberal justice system with a tough on crime, lock up the criminals approach. And that's what we're going to do. Conservatives will increase and bring in mandatory prison sentences for extortion. We will lock up the extortionists, and we will make sure no other extortionists get into our country. Stop them from coming to Canada. We have to not only, finally banned the Bishnoi gang, but we need to go even further and make sure no more Bishnoi gangsters get into Canada so that everybody here feels safe in their own communities. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to make this a safe and beautiful, pristine community that is on the side of law-abiding people, just like the entrepreneurs here. Our purpose, again, is to make this a country where anybody from anywhere can achieve anything, where it doesn't matter if your name is Chang or Charles, Martin or Mohammed, Smith or Singh, Poilievre or Patel. If you work hard, you should be able to have a great life. Even if you start at the bottom of the valley, you should be able to climb to the mountaintop. Our mission should be nothing short of making Canada the most affordable country in the world, where anybody from anywhere can achieve anything. It is that hope that keeps driving me forward to fight for my hometown of Calgary and for all of Canadians, the promise of Canada, that anyone who works hard gets a beautiful house, delicious meat and potatoes on the dinner table every night, on a safe street, united under our proud flag. Let's get it done. Canada first. God bless all of you. Thank you.
The next Prime Minister of Canada, Pierre Poilievre. Folks, we're going to start a meet and greet line for the next Prime Minister of Canada on the right side here. Please have your phones out and post everything on social media and share. Tag Pierre Poilievre so we can get the message out that we need to restore that promise that the leader talked about, bring back the Canada that we all knew once again. Thank you again, and I must mention, Sundar Building Supplies put this together within 2 days. This was an impossible task, this incredible setup you see. They worked day and night to put this together. So thank you once again to Sundar Building Supplies and the Jal family for putting this together.